Chavov. Amarei Chavov. V'chol hanoshim asher nosan libon uson b'chochma. It says the women who were inspired due to the hearts. Then it says b'chochma. Tovu alai esizim. They spun the goat's hair. What does this mean? So first, a few things are bothering me before Howard's going to say something. Okay? Especially he took a haircut since he's back. Okay? We had before, the Orach Chaim HaKadosh would differentiate between Nodva Libo and Nesol Libo. Right? By the women, it just says, V'chol asher nosa libon. What does it say? Chol hanoshim asher nodva libon. Right? We differentiate. Nosa libon is a more advanced level. To be inspired, you consumed. Nosa libon, you give generously through your generosity. By the women, it says, all the women asher nosa libon osona, and it also it says, doesn't osona b'chochma. They were inspired due to their chochma. The other, before when it says speak about people being inspired, doesn't mention chochma. We said those who gave generously, or those who gave through inspiration. So why by the women does it mention nosa? And it says, and what motivated them? It was b'chochma. Yeah, that's my problem. That's my difficulty here. No, okay. Okay. So let me tell you first what the Gemara says, unrelated to this, and then you'll understand why this is something specific regarding the spinning of the goat's hair. The Gemara says in Shabbos, normally, how do you spin goat's hair? You shave off the hair, and then you spin it. Here, they spun it when it was still connected to the hide. For that, you need special chokhmah. You need special chokhmah for that. Okay? When you get the goat's goat, then we'll talk about it. Okay? So that's why over here it says, they needed, for this you needed a special chokhmah. It wasn't just inspiration. It was osana b'chokhmah. Because it said, because the Gemara asked, what was the chokhmah? To be able to spin it while the hair is still attached to the hide, that's the chokhmah. So mail like this, before, there's a famous Ramban in this week's parsha. The Ramban asked a question. I mean, what was the background? The background was in the most primitive type of work, mortar and brick. And here, all of a sudden, they become artisans, goldsmiths, weavers, dyers, carpenters, the most sophisticated type of workmanship. How does it happen? So he said, the Ramban, second. Yep. So Ramban says in Pasuk Chof Aleph, Vayavo kol isha shed nesol libo, ala chachomim ma'osim b'mlocha yom ha'kein. Ki lo matzinu ala misnadvim b'nisiyas leiv, aval yashkim b'nidivus. He says, the ones who brought the materials, v'tam asher nosol libo lekorva, it says lekorva el ha'malocha. It only associates solely with lekorva el ha'malocha, kiloyo b'hem shaloma des ha'malocha se'ila b'melamed. None of these people were mentored by a mentor. Any of these fields. O mi she'imin yodov klal, or anybody who had any level of previous experience to be able to be so expert in this area. Al v'motza b'tiva she'osha lasos came. Person naturally had the ability to do it. How's it possible? It's not possible. V'yigba libo b'darki Hashem lovo lifnei Moshe. People, they were inspired. They say, we want to give, to do for Hashem. Lema ani eseh kol asher eineni adoni do. Whatever you ask of me, I'm ready. I'm at your service. But what's your capability? Doesn't make a difference. But because they were so inspired to want, they were there, ready to give whatever was needed. HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a miracle. That even though they were never mentored, they never had experience, as if they were the most experienced artisans. Because it's Vayigbal Liba B'Hashem. Ukvar Hiskar Ze B'Seidro Acher. V'Yinei Oma Shebo Lefnei Moshe Kol Hashem So Libo L'Korv El HaMlocha. We're ready to do. What do you mean ready to do? You people can't even pick yourselves off your location. Chol Hashem Nod V'Rucho Seivi Atruma V'Yinei Moshe Amar L'Kulm Ki Kor Hashem B'Shem B'Tzalel Chen Kor Lem L'Moshe Chacham Shevo. So I'm saying over here, it's B'Chochma by the women. Right. Chla nosa libon osoda b'chochma. Okay, now famous. The Nisim, the princes, they brought the Avnei Shoem, the Shoem stones, and the Avnei Mluim for the Ephod and the Choshen. Rashi, HaNisim, Omer Reb Nosson Maro HaNisim L'Snadi B'Chanukas HaMizbeach B'Tchila. When it came to inaugurate the Mishkan, they were the first ones to bring the gifts, the karbonos. Why were the first ones here? They weren't there first. This is by the Mishkan. Let the tzibur, let them donate. And what's lacking, we'll make up the difference. What happened to tzibur? Completed everything. There was sufficient amount of work and material. So they felt, because they delayed, they were left out. So they brought the Avnei Shoem because all the other malacha, the actual malacha was done. Listen to this. Because they were satzil, because there was a degree of laziness initially. Nechsros mishmom vanisim ksiv. It's in Choser, right? The Yud is deleted. Meaning their contribution, their participation was deficient. Here? So the Rechaim HaKodesh at the beginning of Parshas Truma, when it mentions all the materials that were needed, it says, Zov Kesem Nechoshes. So we start from the most precious. Gold, silver, copper. And then all of a sudden, all the way at the end, it says, Avnei Shoem v'Avnei Mluim. So the Rechaim HaKodesh asked, but if we're speaking about based on preciousness, we should have started with the diamonds, with the colored stones, and then gold, silver, and copper. So he says that because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he evaluates something's value, it's not only based on its material value. It's based on also what it's infused with, the person associated with it. So since they delayed because of their atzlus, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says they could be diamonds, but you know something? It's the end of the line. Therefore, it's mentioned at the end. This is the Rechaim HaKodesh. So therefore, this is Nisim. But it's again, what are we attributing to it? What do they say? Let them do what they have to do, and whatever they're lacking, we'll bring. What does that have to do with Atzlus? It says, you want to say it's Gaiva. It's not Atzlus. You want to get the glory at the end of the day. What's the Atzlus? It's a certain laid-backness. It's a laziness, right? So how do you understand it? What do you say? Okay. I'm only asking people from Teaneck right now. Okay, now Howard, what do you say?
I don't live here.
What do you say if you have what to say? If you have nothing to say, don't say anything. So what I once said was this. The Chaim Voloshin writes, person sits and studies, right? Keep your eyes open, right? No, tell me what Chaim Voloshin writes. But yet to sit around and do idle away your time. You have all the energy in the world. Right? Happens. Most people. Right? You have a Seder, you can't finish the Seder with your Chavrusa. All of a sudden he says, I got a problem, I'd like to discuss a problem with him. All of a sudden you have all the energy in the world, fully alert, you're into the conversation. What's the difference? It's the Yitzhara, that's it. And that only tells you how the value of one versus the other. Something that's worthless, you have all the energy in the world. Something that has special value, it's not so simple. Right? You start dozing off. Oh yeah, I'm busy and I have other things. If a person will recognize something truly to be valuable, there's no such thing as lazy. Person sees $10,000 cash on the ground. Regardless of how tired he is, he's there in a second. Why? Because he recognizes how precious that is, the value, what he's able to gain in a moment. Could we speak about a person as lazy? Anybody who goes and doesn't act immediately, he's a fool. He's a fool. The whole word laziness has no relevance. What's the basis for laziness? Because you don't recognize its value. It could wait. But if you recognize its value, you don't wait. Even about Gaiva. What do you mean you want the glory? But at the end of the day, you're out. Even about Gaiva, if you understand, person's about Gaiva. There was a story I once told over. There was this person, he became a Baal Tshuva, and he could do everything, one thing, and he worked in a bank. 100% everything. One thing he could not do, he could not wear a yarmulke at work. And he was a teller. Couldn't wear a yarmulke at the bank. He worked in a bank in Tel Aviv. And, couldn't get over that hurdle. All of a sudden, he sees a man come into the bank, an older Israeli secular Jew, dressed impeccably. Every movement was measured. And he's coming in with a bag of coins, gold coins. And the man is so conscious of the way he's seen, his hair is coiffed, this and that. And as he's walking, the bank is crowded. Somebody bumps into him, knocks the bag out of his hand. The gold coins scatter all over the floor of the bank. So this guy's worried. If somebody picks up even one gold coin, he becomes like an animal. Throws himself on the ground. He's all over his eyes. He's trying to grab every coin he can. He never saw such behavior. So when he saw that, he says, if a man could behave that way for the coin, here he's so careful of this, but when it comes to that dollar, to the gold, it's irrelevant what people think. Therefore, I should be worried what people think if I wear my kippah. From that time on, he says, I wear a yarmulke at work. That was the story. You understand? What I mean, every measure, he's about gaiva. He's whatever it is. Comes to my bag of gold. If there's a question, somebody take one coin, it's irrelevant what people think. Why were they nisatze? Why did they delay? Whatever they're lacking, we'll bring it. But if you understand its true value, how do you delay for a moment? How do you delay? There's only one answer, nisatzlo. That's the answer. So the question is, Moshe Rabbeinu, the Chazal say, Moshe Rabbeinu did not participate in the building of the Mishkan. Did you know that? He had a Komisar Mishkan. He erected the Mishkan. He did not participate. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu said, let the Jews do what they have to do, and whatever they're lacking, I'll complete. Verbatim what the Nesiim said. And Moshe Rabbeinu afterwards he felt bad that he didn't participate. Because something, your part is greater than theirs. Here Hashem is reprimanding them, and Hashem is extolling Moshe because he didn't participate. Because of what he said, let them do what they have to do, and I'll wait at the end. What's ever lacking, I'll do. What Hashem has a double standard. For them it's atzlus, for Moshe Rabbeinu it's not atzlus. Chas v'sholom. Firstly, Moshe had clarity. The whole idea of not appreciating the value of something. So when he delayed, let them do, he meant let them do. The basis for that statement was he didn't want to deny somebody else a mitzvah. Because the whole idea of nisatzlo, as we said, if you recognize something, it's preciousness. The concept of atzlos has no relevance. So what did Moshe say it? He really meant he doesn't want to deny somebody else to do the mitzvah. But over here, why is he saying? And for everything else, I'm there first. All of a sudden, when it comes here, let them do first. The answer is, by the Nesiim, you can only attribute it to one thing. Atzlus. To Moshe Rabbeinu, you can't attribute it to that. Therefore, it was truly he didn't want to deny somebody else a mitzvah. Therefore, Hashem said, Shilcho Gedolah Mishelohim. To be continued.
He doesn't make a claim that they were not smart enough to say Nasa V'nishma. Get it? It's the same type of thing. There's no fragment in the Torah. They have no knowledge.
Has nothing to do with it. It's not Nasa V'nishma. Nasa V'nishma means we accept unequivocally. Here it's doing, you can't do. Personally, you need a cardiac surgeon. You need a cardiac surgeon. I'll do the operation. You do me a favor, you know. You want to slaughter pigs, don't come into the operating. It's not comparable. Sina Hashem says, I have my Torah I'm going to give you. Nasa V'nishma. Has nothing to do with our capability. That's trust. No, has nothing to do with our capability. That's a trust issue. Here it's doing something. I mean, how could you cut diamonds? You don't even know what a diamond looks like. No relevance. Day and night is more of a difference than with this. No. You think about it, you'll see. No relevance.